There are moments in life when everything seems to align just right, when you feel as though the cosmos is trying to tell you something that could change everything, yet you can't quite grasp it. It's as though you're standing on the edge of an incredible revelation, and your heart is racing with anticipation, but your mind is unsure. Does this feeling resonate with you? What if I told you that everything you're experiencing right now is part of a grander plan, one that's been unfolding long before you even realized it? Would you believe me? You see, life has a way of guiding us, gently at times, fiercely at others. It pushes us to grow, to discover, and to evolve. But often, these signs come in the form of subtle whispers that we may overlook, unless we choose to listen. You are here for a reason. I know that may sound a bit mysterious, but bear with me. There's a reason why you're watching this right now, and it's more profound than you think. If you've been feeling anxious, uncertain, or even excited about the unknown, this message is meant for you. Have you been noticing patterns lately? A recurring thought, a symbol, or a number that keeps appearing in your life? Perhaps you've experienced moments of déjà vu, where you could swear you've been exactly where you are before. These aren't just coincidences. Maybe you've been feeling a mix of anxiety and hope, uncertain about what lies ahead. You might be asking yourself questions about your life's direction, about whether or not you are on the right path, and whether the challenges you're facing are part of a bigger purpose. What if I told you that your feelings of doubt and fear are all part of your spiritual growth? That everything you're going through right now is guiding you towards something magnificent? Or perhaps you've noticed synchronicities lately, repeating numbers, vivid dreams, or signs that seem too precise to ignore. You might be wondering, what do these signs mean? It's easy to brush them off as coincidence, but deep down, you know that something deeper is unfolding. You're not just going through life randomly. There's a divine orchestration happening. Each experience, each challenge, each moment is an opportunity for you to step into a greater understanding of who you truly are. This message was meant for you. Don't ignore it. The universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, is trying to communicate with you. The signs you're seeing, the thoughts that have been lingering in your mind, these are not accidents. In this video, we're going to dive deep into the signs, the messages, and the life-changing realizations that are unfolding just for you. You are not alone on this journey. There is a higher presence watching over you, guiding you, and preparing you for something extraordinary. By the end of this, you'll not only understand these shifts, but you'll also feel empowered to embrace what's coming your way. Whether it's a new relationship, career opportunity, or a deeper sense of purpose, you are on the brink of something big. Throughout history, people have felt connected to something greater, guiding forces, divine messages, or cosmic shifts. It's a feeling that transcends time, culture, and personal belief. Across civilizations, from ancient Egypt to modern spiritual practices, humans have always believed in the presence of a higher power or force that governs the unseen realms of life. But what does this connection really mean? Why do we sometimes feel as though we're being pulled towards something greater, yet can't quite explain why? Let's step back for a moment and look at how different cultures have understood and interpreted these signs. In ancient Egypt, the belief in celestial alignments was prevalent. The Egyptians saw the movements of the stars and planets as omens, often linked to significant life changes. For example, the rising of Sirius, known as the Dog Star, was believed to signal the annual flooding of the Nile, which in turn symbolized rebirth and transformation. This ancient symbolism reminds us that even in the most distant past, people were attuned to the rhythms of the universe, believing that cosmic events could foretell personal and collective shifts. Similarly, many indigenous cultures worldwide view dreams, visions, and signs as messages from the spirit world. The Lakota people, for instance, believe that certain animal sightings are sacred and represent specific teachings or warnings from the spirit realm. In this worldview, every event, every sighting, sound, and feeling can hold spiritual significance. Just like the ancients, many of us still experience moments when we feel deeply connected to something far beyond our understanding. These moments can leave us questioning what they mean, as if the universe is trying to get our attention. And today, these experiences are no less powerful. In fact, they may be more prevalent than ever before. In our fast-paced modern world, we are constantly bombarded with information, technology, and distractions. Yet, even in the midst of all this noise, many people still report feeling deeply connected to something higher. Whether it's a sudden realization, an intuitive hunch, or the sense that things are aligning in ways they couldn't have planned, these are not mere coincidences. Take, for example, the rising phenomenon of synchronicities. The term synchronicity, coined by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, refers to meaningful coincidences that occur without any causal connection. Jung argued that these events could not simply be chalked up to chance, but were instead manifestations of a deeper order to the universe. People are increasingly reporting experiences where they see repeating numbers, like 1111, or hear phrases that seem to directly relate to their current emotional state or life situation. It's as if the universe is sending messages directly tailored to the individual, guiding them toward a higher purpose. Perhaps, like many others, you've experienced something that felt like more than just an ordinary moment. Maybe it was a number that kept appearing on the clock, a song you couldn't get out of your head, or a fleeting thought that felt like a divine message. This is no coincidence. It's a sign, a nudge, a way for the universe to grab your attention and lead you to a greater understanding of your own path. Just last month, one viewer shared a story that illustrates this perfectly. She'd been struggling with a major life decision, whether to take a new job that required her to move across the country. She kept seeing the number 444 everywhere, on license plates, clocks, and even in her email inbox. Initially, she dismissed it as coincidence. But then, a close friend mentioned that she too had been seeing the number repeatedly. In that moment, it clicked. She realized that 444, in many spiritual circles, is associated with protection and reassurance, a sign that you are on the right path. This sudden realization gave her the confidence to make the move. Within weeks, her life began to change in ways she never imagined. Was it a coincidence? Or was the universe trying to guide her? Throughout history, people have trusted these messages, whether they came in the form of dreams, signs, or inexplicable feelings. They trusted the deep connection to the universe and the understanding that they weren't alone. That same connection exists for you too. You are not an isolated individual. You are a part of something much bigger, a vast cosmic web where every feeling, every experience, and every sign is interconnected. Your thoughts, your emotions, and even the seemingly random events of your life are all part of a much grander design. As you continue this journey, it's important to remember that nothing happens by accident. Your life, with all its ups and downs, twists and turns, is unfolding exactly as it should. You may not fully understand it now, but each step you take, each moment you experience, is a piece of a much larger puzzle. And just like the ancient Egyptians or the indigenous cultures, you too are part of this incredible cosmic dance. Now that we've established the deep connection between human experience and the universe's subtle guidance, let's explore some of the most common signs and symbols that people encounter. These signs can appear in many forms: numerical patterns, physical symbols, emotional experiences, or even sudden intuitive flashes. Each of these has a profound meaning, often pointing to something beyond the immediate understanding. Let's break these down. One of the most common types of signs people experience is the appearance of repeating numbers. These can be found on clocks, license plates, street signs, or in dreams. Numbers like 1111, 333, 555, or 777 often stand out in the daily rush of life. But these numbers aren't just coincidences. They carry powerful messages. Take 1111, for example. This is perhaps the most well-known of the repeating number sequences. Many people report seeing 1111 when they're at a crossroads in their life, struggling with a decision or questioning their path. In numerology and spiritual circles, 1111 is often associated with spiritual awakening and alignment. It's a sign that you are on the right path and that the universe is nudging you toward a higher state of consciousness. Seeing 1111 may indicate that you are in perfect alignment with your purpose and that things are about to fall into place. Then there's 777, another frequent numerical sign. This sequence is commonly associated with divine protection and reassurance. If you've been feeling uncertain or doubting your direction, seeing 777 is a reminder that you are being watched over by higher forces. It signifies that you're exactly where you need to be, and that your actions are guided by a divine presence, whether you recognize it or not. There are other numerical signs as well, each carrying its unique vibration. For instance, 333 is often seen when there's a call for balance, reminding you that the mind, body, and spirit need to be in harmony. If you see these numbers frequently, take a moment to pause, reflect, and ask yourself, what is the universe trying to tell me in this moment? In addition to numbers, people often encounter symbolic signs in their daily lives. Feathers, for example, are one of the most common symbols people report when they feel a connection to a higher power. A feather on the ground, in your path, or in an unexpected place is often considered a sign of angelic presence or spiritual support. In many spiritual traditions, feathers represent freedom, purity, and guidance from the divine. If you've ever found a feather during a time of uncertainty, it's worth considering it as a sign that you're not alone. Animals, too, can be messengers. Different animals carry different meanings, and their appearance in your life may be more than coincidental. For instance, the butterfly often represents transformation and change. Seeing a butterfly when you're facing a personal transition or challenge could be a sign that you're about to go through a significant transformation, one that will bring about a new chapter of growth and understanding. Similarly, an owl can symbolize wisdom and guidance. If you're seeing owls or hearing their calls, it might be time to trust your inner wisdom and intuition. Animals and insects can sometimes appear when you're at a crossroads in your life, guiding you to trust the process and trust yourself. These are not random encounters, but rather intentional messages from the universe. Sometimes the signs you receive aren't as concrete as numbers or animals. They're emotional or intuitive in nature. Have you ever had a sudden, unexplainable feeling that you needed to take a certain action or go a certain way? That's the universe speaking to you through your intuition. In these moments, you might feel a strong inner pull to reach out to someone, take a leap of faith, or make a change in your life. These intuitive nudges are often our soul's way of guiding us toward our true purpose. But how do you know if these emotional signs are truly divine or just random thoughts? Here's a simple way to distinguish. When these intuitive feelings arise, they often come with a sense of calm certainty, even in the midst of uncertainty. It's not a feeling of anxiety or stress, but rather a quiet knowing that this is the right thing to do. It's almost as though your soul already knows the outcome before you do. This sense of rightness is a powerful sign that you're being guided, even when you can't yet see the full picture. A real-life example comes from a viewer who shared their story of how they were constantly feeling an overwhelming urge to reach out to a friend with whom they'd lost contact. They hadn't spoken in years, but the urge to reconnect wouldn't leave them alone. Eventually, they gave in and sent a message. To their surprise, the friend responded immediately, and the conversation led to a series of life-changing events. This emotional nudge, this deep pull, was the universe's way of guiding them toward a reconnection that would prove pivotal in their life. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds nice, But how do I know if I'm just imagining things or if these signs really mean something? It's completely normal to question whether these signs are genuine or just coincidental. Skepticism is healthy because it keeps us grounded, but when signs become so frequent or specific that they can no longer be dismissed as coincidence, it's time to start paying attention. Consider this. When you begin noticing patterns, whether they are numbers, symbols, or emotional cues, it's a sign that your subconscious mind is starting to recognize something that your conscious mind may not yet be aware of. The more you acknowledge and reflect on these signs, the more you'll begin to understand their deeper meanings. Skeptics might argue that these signs are just our brains trying to make sense of random occurrences. But, as you pay closer attention, you'll notice that these signs often arrive at moments when you need them the most. They come in the midst of a crisis, an important decision, or a period of growth. At that point, it's hard to chalk it up to mere chance. As we continue to explore the divine messages and signs the universe sends us, one key element cannot be overlooked: faith and trust. These are the foundation upon which we build our understanding of the signs we receive. Without faith, it's difficult to recognize or interpret these signs, and without trust, it's impossible to act on them. Faith is often thought of as a belief in something we cannot see, touch, or fully understand. In the context of receiving signs from the universe, faith plays an essential role in bridging the gap between the physical reality we experience every day and the spiritual world that provides us with these subtle messages. Without faith, signs can easily be dismissed as coincidence, randomness, or even imagination. When you begin to notice patterns in your life, whether in the form of recurring numbers, unexpected encounters, or sudden shifts in emotion, it's your faith that allows you to open up to the possibility that these signs have meaning. Faith is not just a blind belief. It's a trust that the universe, or a higher power, is speaking to you through these symbols. Faith doesn't always mean understanding the full picture immediately. Often, the signs we receive are like pieces of a puzzle that we must learn to trust will eventually come together. You may not understand why you're seeing a certain number or why a specific animal keeps appearing, but with faith, you learn to believe that there is a purpose behind it. This trust is the key to interpreting the signs accurately. For example, consider a person who has been grappling with a difficult life decision. They begin to notice that every time they pause and reflect on the decision, they see the same number, 444. Initially, they might dismiss it as a coincidence. But if they have faith, they may look deeper into the meaning of 444, which often represents stability, protection, and guidance from the angels. With this faith, they can feel reassured that they are being supported in making the right decision. One of the greatest challenges when it comes to receiving divine signs is trusting the timing. Often, signs come when we least expect them, and sometimes not when we wish for them. This is where trust plays a critical role. Divine timing is always at work. The signs you receive may not come when you feel ready to act on them, or they may not give you the answers you want. But in time, they will lead you exactly where you need to be. Let's take the example of someone who is feeling lost in their career. They've been asking for guidance for weeks, and nothing seems to be happening. Then, one day, they see a feather in their path while walking. At first, they may question the timing. Why now? But if they trust that this symbol, no matter how small it seems, is a sign from the universe, they might later realize that the timing was perfect. Perhaps that feather appeared just as they were about to make a decision, or as they were beginning to open up to new possibilities. Trust in the timing of the universe is essential, even if it doesn't always align with our personal timeline. Sometimes, the most profound moments of insight come when we least expect them. These unexpected moments can only be truly understood if we allow ourselves to trust in the process and in the higher forces at play. Trust that what you need will come to you at the right moment. While faith and trust are powerful tools in interpreting the signs we receive, It's important to remember that we don't need to understand everything immediately. Surrendering control is a key part of the process. Many people struggle with the idea of surrender, especially in a world that encourages constant action and control. We want to understand why we're seeing a particular sign or what it means for our future. However, there is a freedom that comes with surrendering the need to know everything at once. When you let go of the need to have all the answers, you open up space for deeper understanding to emerge. Surrendering means accepting that you may not always get immediate clarity, but that doesn't mean the signs are meaningless. It's about trusting that the universe knows what it's doing and that the right information will be revealed to you at the perfect moment. This process of surrender is not about passivity. It's about allowing the divine to lead you, without forcing things to happen on your timeline. This concept of surrender is similar to how we trust in nature. We don't question the growth of a tree. It grows according to its own natural rhythm. Similarly, our spiritual growth and understanding of the signs we receive follow their own divine timing, and surrendering control allows us to flow with it rather than struggle against it. Despite the clarity that faith and trust can bring, there will be moments when doubt creeps in. It's natural to question the signs we receive, especially when life feels chaotic or uncertain. During these times, the messages we receive may seem confusing or even contradictory, but this is where the power of perseverance comes into play. When doubt arises, remember that faith is not about certainty. It's about commitment to trusting the process, even when things are unclear. This is where your connection to the universe and the signs you receive can be tested. The more you lean into your faith and trust, the clearer the signs will become. Even in moments of doubt, hold on to the understanding that the universe is always communicating with you, in ways both big and small. A person who is struggling with trust might dismiss every sign they see as a fluke or coincidence. However, the true test comes when they push through that doubt and allow themselves to see the bigger picture. Faith is nurtured through experience. The more you observe the signs and trust their meaning, the stronger your connection to the divine becomes. You begin to trust the process even when it feels uncertain, because you understand that the universe has a plan for you that is greater than what you can see in the moment. Now that we've delved into the role of faith and trust in interpreting divine signs, let's take a moment to reflect on your personal journey and how these messages are impacting your life. It's time to invite you, the viewer, into this conversation. Have you ever paused long enough to notice the subtle messages the universe is sending your way? Take a moment right now to think about your life. Can you recall moments when you felt a strong pull towards something, or a feeling that the universe was trying to tell you something? Perhaps you've noticed recurring symbols or patterns that seem to appear at the right moment, almost as if they were whispers from the divine, urging you to pay attention. Ask yourself, have you ever experienced a moment where something seemed too coincidental to be random? Maybe a song that kept playing, a particular animal that crossed your path, or a number that seemed to follow you wherever you went. These could very well be signs from the universe, trying to guide you or offer clarity on a decision you're facing. Sometimes, we're so caught up in the rush of daily life that we overlook these subtle moments. But when we take the time to reflect, we often find that there are more signs than we realize. These signs are like pieces of a puzzle, and it's up to us to recognize them and put them together. I want to hear from you. Have you experienced something recently that made you feel as though the universe was sending you a message? Maybe you've had a recurring dream, noticed a symbol that keeps showing up, or found yourself hearing the same message over and over again from different sources. Please take a moment to share your story in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to understand their own signs. When we come together and share our experiences, we create a community of support, where everyone can learn from each other's journeys. Perhaps what you've learned will help someone else in their quest for meaning and purpose. As you reflect on the signs you've noticed, ask yourself the following questions. 1. How do these signs make you feel? Do you feel comforted, curious, or perhaps even a little confused? Emotions often act as a compass, guiding us to deeper insights. 2. Do you pause and acknowledge these signs, or do you brush them off as coincidence? Sometimes, it's easy to ignore the subtle whispers because they don't fit into our rational view of the world. But when we truly stop and pay attention, the signs often lead us to profound realizations. 3. Have you ever experienced a moment of clarity or change after following a sign or symbol? Maybe a decision you were uncertain about became clear after you paid attention to a message, or perhaps a dream led you to take a new path in life. These are powerful questions that can help you understand the deeper significance of the signs in your life. The more you reflect on your experiences, the easier it becomes to notice new signs and decode their messages. I understand that it can be difficult to believe that something as simple as a feather on the ground or a repeated number holds deep significance. But remember, no sign is too small. Sometimes, it's the subtle hints that carry the most profound messages. These small signs are like breadcrumbs on a trail, guiding us toward greater understanding and self-discovery. You may feel unsure about the meaning of a sign, and that's okay. It's all part of the journey. Embrace the mystery and trust that even the smallest signs are part of a larger, beautiful plan unfolding in your life. Each sign has a purpose, and sometimes it takes time to fully understand its meaning. The key is to remain open and receptive to whatever the universe is trying to tell you. Remember, trust the process. As you continue to notice and reflect on these signs, they will begin to weave together into a bigger picture. Trust that, in time, everything will make sense. In this section, we're going to explore something very personal, yet profoundly powerful: the emotions that arise when you begin to notice these divine signs and messages. The journey to understanding and trusting these signs often brings with it a range of emotions, from confusion and doubt to wonder and peace. It's important to process these emotions as they arise, because they play a crucial role in helping you grow and align with the messages you're receiving. It's completely natural to feel overwhelmed when you first start noticing these signs. You may feel uncertain or even confused, wondering whether they're just coincidences or if there's something deeper at play. After all, it's not every day that we're confronted with messages that challenge our current understanding of reality. When these signs start to show up, you might experience a rush of emotions: excitement, anxiety, or even fear. What does it all mean? Why now? The uncertainty can feel like a heavy weight, especially if you're in a difficult chapter of your life. It might make you question everything you thought you knew about your path. You may feel unsure about whether you should trust what you're sensing or if it's simply your imagination. It's okay to feel this way. Feeling overwhelmed is a normal part of any transformative journey. It's the universe's way of preparing you for the shift in consciousness that's about to occur. This shift will open you up to new possibilities and a deeper understanding of yourself. But before that happens, there's often a period of emotional discomfort as you shed old beliefs and embrace something new. Rather than resisting the emotions of confusion or doubt, it's important to sit with them and accept them. This might sound counterintuitive, but allowing yourself to experience these emotions without judgment is part of the healing process. It's okay to not have all the answers right now. You don't need to rush through this phase or force yourself to understand everything immediately. Breathe through the uncertainty and know that, just like every season has its cycle, this period of emotional turmoil will pass. As you sit with the uncertainty, you'll begin to understand that these signs and messages are part of a larger plan. They're here to awaken you to something greater, and the discomfort you feel is simply the universe's way of helping you grow into that new awareness. The emotional confusion is a sign that you're undergoing a transformation. Let it wash over you and trust that this phase will make sense in time. Let's take a moment together. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think back to the last time you felt a deep, unexplainable pull toward something. Maybe it was a decision, a relationship, or even a dream. Now, think about how that feeling shaped your next steps. Did it push you to make a change or take a leap of faith? Or did it leave you questioning yourself? In this moment, I want you to reflect on that pull. How did it feel in your body? Was it a sense of warmth or unease? Did it feel like excitement, or did it feel more like a quiet knowing deep in your heart? As you reflect on this, remember that these feelings, even if they make you feel uncomfortable, are part of your growth. They are signs that you are aligned with the universe's plan for you, even if you can't fully understand it just yet. The key is to trust the process, stay open, and allow yourself to flow with the emotions as they come. I know it can be hard to believe when you're in the thick of it, but let me reassure you, your journey is unfolding exactly as it should. The emotional confusion, the uncertainty, and even the moments of doubt are all part of a grander design. You are not alone. The universe is working on your behalf, guiding you step by step, and the emotions you're experiencing right now are simply the soul's way of shedding what no longer serves you. Just like the seasons change, so too will your understanding of the signs you've been receiving. Trust that every emotion you're feeling is leading you toward clarity. In time, you will look back at these moments and see how they shaped you into the person you were always meant to become. Remember, you are always in the right place at the right time. The timing of these signs and messages is perfect, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. Now that we've explored the emotional journey, it's time to take a deeper dive into how you can practically navigate and decode the signs that have been sent to you. The signs are not just meant to be acknowledged. They are meant to be understood and integrated into your life. In this section, we'll go over some practical steps you can take to make sense of these messages, as well as provide tools to help you align with your higher purpose. The first step in decoding any signs or messages is to pay close attention to your surroundings, thoughts, and emotions. The universe communicates with us in subtle ways, and it's easy to miss these messages if we're not fully present. So, how can you start to uncover the deeper meaning behind these signs? One of the best ways to start understanding the signs you're receiving is to keep a journal. Dedicate a few minutes each day to writing down any recurring thoughts, symbols, dreams, or feelings that stand out to you. You'll start to notice patterns emerge, and these patterns will begin to reveal deeper insights about your life's path. For example, if you find yourself repeatedly seeing the number 222, write it down along with how it made you feel and what was happening in your life at the time. Over time, you'll begin to see the connections. This journal will become your personal guidebook to understanding the messages meant for you. Whether it's a specific number sequence or a feeling that won't go away, writing it down helps you reflect and gain clarity. Another powerful tool for decoding signs is meditation. Meditation quiets the mind and opens the heart, allowing you to connect to your higher self. Set an intention before you meditate to receive guidance or clarity about a specific sign or question. As you meditate, remain open to any insights or images that come to you. Trust that whatever you experience is a direct message meant for your growth. If you're not sure where to start, try guided meditations that focus on spiritual awakening, intuition, or connecting with your angels. These practices will help you attune your mind and spirit to the messages you need to receive. Your intuition is your inner guide, the quiet voice that whispers the truth when your mind is unsure. Listening to your intuition is one of the most effective ways to decode signs. If something feels right, it often is. Trust those gut feelings that tell you to take action or avoid something. These intuitive nudges are often the universe's way of guiding you along the path that's meant for you. You may not always understand why you feel a certain way about a situation, but your intuition knows the deeper truth. Trust it. And remember, the more you listen to it, the stronger it will become. As you begin to decode these signs, it's important to stay open and receptive to the messages the universe is sending your way. One way to do this is by using affirmations. Affirmations are powerful statements that help align your thoughts with the highest good. Here are some affirmations you can use to guide you through this process. I am open to receiving messages from the universe. I trust my intuition to guide me in the right direction. I am connected to divine guidance, and I trust the path I am on. Every sign I receive is leading me closer to my highest purpose. Repeat these affirmations daily, especially when you're feeling uncertain or unsure. They will help reinforce your trust in the process and strengthen your connection to divine guidance. Now that we've covered some techniques for decoding signs, let's dive into practical steps you can take every day to ensure that you are staying aligned with your highest self. Start each day with a moment of reflection. Before you even get out of bed, take a few deep breaths and ask yourself, what do I need to know today? Allow whatever comes to your mind to be the guiding theme of your day. This could be a feeling, a word, or even a question that arises. Then, throughout your day, be mindful of any signs that appear. These could be messages from the universe, guiding you to take action or reminding you to stay patient. One of the hardest things to do during a spiritual awakening is to trust the timing of everything. You may feel like things are happening too slowly or that you're not seeing the results you want. But remember, everything happens in its own time. The universe works in perfect timing, and what's meant for you will always come to you at the right moment. If you find yourself feeling anxious or frustrated, take a step back and remember, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. Trust the process and stay aligned with your inner knowing. Gratitude is a powerful tool that shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. When you express gratitude, you're raising your vibration, which helps you become more receptive to the messages around you. Take a few minutes every evening to write down at least 3 things you're grateful for. This practice will keep you grounded and open to receiving the signs and guidance that are already flowing to you. I am grateful for the signs and messages the universe is sending me. I trust that each sign is leading me toward my highest good. I am worthy of receiving divine guidance and clarity. I trust the timing of my life and know that everything is happening as it should. Repeat these affirmations every morning and night, allowing them to become part of your daily routine. They will help you cultivate a deeper trust in the universe's plan for you. So now, beloved soul, you understand what's truly happening behind the scenes. This awakening, these signs, these restless feelings within you, they're all divine calls, subtle whispers of your purpose calling out through the silence. You were never being ignored. You were being prepared. You weren't being rejected. You were being redirected. The person, the moment, the dream you've been praying for, it's closer than you think. Your heart has always known the truth, even before your mind could catch up. You are seen. You are loved. And now, the angels are clearing the way for what was already written in your destiny. The wait, the tears, the isolation, they were never in vain. Each moment has been a stepping stone leading you closer to your divine appointment. This season is sacred. This message is your confirmation. Hold your head high, keep your spirit strong, and trust that everything that is yours is on its way to you right now. The angels have made their decision. You are ready, and heaven is responding in ways you never imagined. Stay aligned. Stay faithful. The time has come.